Okay, for this one, I'm going to combine 3 of them because they're all kind of along the same line of keeping you hooked into the abusive relationship. So we have love bombing, which is like overwhelming the person with flattery and gifts and attention, things they don't normally give you when they're in that abusive mode, but they can tell that you're getting farther away from them, so they suck you back in with all this gooey stuff. Future faking, kind of along the same lines, talking about things that we're gonna do together in the future that makes you want to stay so you can experience those good things we're talking about, even though you know they're probably never gonna happen. And then the third one is hoovering. You know, like the vacuum, they're trying to suck you back in when they feel like you're leaving, so they do all these things to make you think that the bad times are not really that bad and we just need to work on ourselves and, you know, our relationship will get better. I mean, all of these things make you stay very confused, and it's so hard to see through it because aside from the back and forth, like the nonsense of never knowing which way they're gonna be or, you know, which side of them you're gonna get, they really try hard to make the good times seem great, even though they're not that great. I don't care what you think, the good times with the abuser are not that good. They just seem so much better. It's like a weight off of your shoulders because you're so used to the abuse, which in some cases, you know, like in the middle of my abusive marriage, the abuse started to seem normal, and so when things were great, it was like, oh wow, this is awesome. He's being so extra nice to me, when really he was being fake and not even actually that nice, just nicer than usual. Seeing through the confusion of those times is not easy, and you really don't see it until you admit that the abuse is happening, which is really tough. Like I've mentioned before, I didn't know it was abuse until a year after I was out. So, like, realizing the abuse, of course, would have made me leave sooner and all that, but it just makes your judgment so clouded because, once again, they're twisting reality and making things seem better than they are. The only way you can really get around that is to, and I'm not saying focus on the bad times because, gosh, it's like it drags you into a negative perspective, and I would not recommend that. But while you're in this period of trying to keep yourself safe and understand what's happening to you, you have to focus on the bad times just enough to realize that it is abuse. Like, don't hide that from yourself. You have to be honest with yourself about what this situation is doing to you. Enjoying the good times is okay, but, you know, it's further hurting your mental state. Like, letting yourself enjoy those good times that you deserve to have all the time, not just when they think they're losing you, but it only makes you more confused. I don't know, that whole saying of when things are good, they're great. I think maybe the easiest way to differentiate between, oh, we're just two people that have some issues that, you know, sometimes we fight, whatever. I'm not saying your relationship should always be full of good times and lovey-dovey, super mushy stuff. But if you're having all of these manipulative things happen to you way more often than those really good days, like if the abusive days just seem like normal life and the good days seem like over the top amazing, you're probably being abused. My only real advice for fixing the situation is to remove yourself from it. You have to get to a place where you're safe and you can heal and you have a clear understanding of what is happening in your life, because that confusion will keep you there forever. The confusion of thinking that they're right, it's not that bad. And they're being so nice right now. What about the good times? I don't want to give up what we have just because they're sometimes not that good to me. But be honest with yourself. It's more than sometimes. If narcissism is involved, of course. If you just have a rocky relationship, maybe both of you have some issues, trust issues, whatever, that could be worked on. That's up to you to decide. I can't tell you one way or the other, but I'm hoping that these definitions and explanations from a point of view of somebody who has been through it will help you make that decision. Because once you understand that it is abuse, you have no other choice but to leave. For your safety. And especially if you have kids. Growing up in a broken home is so much healthier than growing up with a parent that is abusive.